This is Dave Palumbo with RxMuscle.com in the Iron Asylum with Hilton McAuliffe. We are here less than 1 week out from the 2011 NPC New York Metropolitan Championships. We're at Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym in Syosset, New York. We're going to be doing a little total body depletion workout. Hilton, you just completed last weekend doing the Metropolitans, and you won the novice light heavyweight class. You came in third in the light heavyweight open. You got to be thrilled.
Dave, I'm on cloud nine. Thank you for having me.
Well, you called me up and you said that you had been training real hard for this competition. You said you wanted to come here. We wanted to do it a little Iron Asylum. You sent me pictures. I was pretty impressed, and obviously you came through with all the hard work you did. Talk to us a little bit about how you got into bodybuilding and where, because you have a pretty interesting beginning, I guess you could say.
Pretty interesting beginning, yeah. Well, my family is actually the Hilton family. My grandfather's Baron Hilton. My cousin is actually Paris Hilton. There's quite a bunch of us, about 16 of us. Yeah, but I started bodybuilding about 10 years ago. I was a lacrosse player in high school. I actually had a head injury, a subdural hematoma. Doctors told me I'd never play sports again, basically. So I kind of, was in a bad place and felt like I had lost everything. I ended up joining the track team. The track team had a weight room there, and the trainer in the weight room, his name was Garth Martin, my first trainer, and he was a bodybuilder himself, and I got started around 17 right there. And then from that point, I went to college in Los Angeles, ended up at Gold's Gym Venice, trained there for about 3 to 4 years under Real World Harris, and kind of got my bearings there, I learned everything there. And now recently I've been working with nutritionist George Paula for my prep for this show, and with IFBB Pro Caprice Murray for my trainer for this show.
Okay. Now what gym do you train at?
I train at 14th Street Synergy in Manhattan.
Gotcha. All right. Now, are you working now, going to school now? What's going on?
Recently I've been working as a personal trainer here in New York City. I have one client, she's a supermodel, her name is Myra Suarez. We're prepping her for Victoria's Secret this month. And then on top of that, I have a small business I'm starting with my father and my younger brother called Hotel Supply Services. We're basically supplying all types of amenities in rooms for, the person staying in the room. It's basically like a mini bar with a CVS inside of it, or a Dwayne Reed.
Gotcha. Like for the bathroom, in other words.
For the bathroom, exactly. Your NyQuil, your condoms, your Tylenol, etc. So, yeah, we're getting that up and running, and actually been meeting with Procter & Gamble in a week, so things are looking really well with the business. It's about to get going. So,
now, do you stand to inherit any of the money from the Hilton fortune?
Yeah, I'm kind of set up. I'm good to go.
You got a trust fund. You got a trust fund.
I'm taken care of. If you can say that, yes. I'm very well taken care of. I'm very fortunate to be in the situation I'm in. I thank God every day.
It's funny because you picked, most of the probably your relatives there, all the kids that you grew up with, are all of them go-getters? I mean, bodybuilding is like one of the hardest things you could possibly pick to do, and yet you chose to get involved in this sport. What made you? What drew you to it?
I feel like it almost, chose me at a young age. Being somewhat of an athlete, and then having that kind of taken away from me, and I think in my family there's like a genetic drive, especially with my grandfather when you talk about the hotels, to be the best you can be. And up until when he sold the company, he was the first person there every day at 5:30 a.m., working away. I'd like to think that I've inherited that work ethic and that I bring that into my bodybuilding, And I like the fact that with bodybuilding, being who I am and the pedigree I am, that kind of leaves as I step onto the stage, and, it's a like a flat playing field for everyone,
Yeah.
What you bring is what you're judged upon, not who you are necessarily or your pedigree.
Well, that's a very mature, outlook, and I guess a lot of guys in your position probably would be lazy and wouldn't be doing anything. So, I take my hat off to you in that respect. How far do you want to go with this thing? Do you want to take it all the way? Do you want to try to get a pro card someday?
What I'm looking like right now is I'm 28, and I think in the next 2 years I want to be looking at the junior national stage. You know, I think this New York stage for me right now is perfect stage for me to grow into and then take the step to junior nationals. As far as the pro card or the USA's or nationals, I have to wait for my, physique to mature and get that proper size. So, we'll see in 2 years, 3 years where I'm at,
Well,
but I'm taking my time. I'm enjoying the journey so much. So
that's sometimes the best thing to do. Now,
right.
Yeah, how do you talk to us a little bit about how you structure your training in the off season? This is a kind of a total body workout because you're like 3 days out from your show here. But what on a typical basis, how do you break your body parts into days?
Typically I would do Sunday chest, Monday legs, Tuesday off, Wednesday back, Thursday would be arms, and then Friday would be I'd come back and do hamstrings and shoulders, and then take Saturday off is what I did for the pre-contest. Now I'm looking to do basically do chest, then legs, take a day off, do back, then legs, take 2 days off, and come back. And just basically stay away from my arms and shoulders, considering they're genetically pretty big, but really focus on bringing up my, my legs and back,
sure.
Especially my legs. I need that leg size, so I'm going to hit it twice a week.
And do you train with Caprice Murray every day, or do you just some days do your own stuff?
Some days I'm doing my own stuff. We basically just trained up into the show right now. I think I'm actually going to be linking up with IFBB pro Jason Joseph, and we're going to start training this next off season. So
okay.
yeah. As soon as he's done, I think finishing up his prep with the New York Pro, we're looking to do some kind of off season.
Right. So you're basically looking for inspiration, obviously, and that's good. I always say get someone who's better than you so you can aspire to be like them.
Oh yeah. Especially with how competitive the playing field is at these New York shows. And so forth. I'm going to need someone to help push me to get there. I can't do it alone.
What kind of a diet were you following leading up to the show?
I would say it would be, moderate carbohydrates, pretty high proteins and low fats. Mm-hmm. Mainly only got my fats from eggs and steak in the morning, and the rest of the meals were pretty much carbohydrates, consisting of, white rice and chicken or yams and fish. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And did the carbs get cut back as you got closer to the show?
Oh yeah.
What was the lowest you went?
I'm not sure the exact lowest, but I know, my last 2 to 3 meals I wasn't eating any. But I would say it would be somewhere about 200, maybe 150 at the lowest.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Not too bad, and it wasn't for too long of a period of time. That was about 2 weeks. 2 weeks out of the show, yeah.
What kind of supplements have you been taking during this pre-contest prep?
Basically, what's the name of the protein powder? Hydro Whey.
Okay, so you're using a whey protein, but what other supplements are you taking? Any essential fats, any joint stuff, or glutamine, anything like that?
Not really. I take a fish oil, Caspari Anavite for my multivitamin. That's about it. Yeah.
Okay, so you're pretty basic. Stick to mostly food.
Yeah, stick to mostly food. I want to get all those essential nutrients out of my food if I can. Yeah.
What kind of a cardio regimen were you doing leading up to the show?
I was actually doing a lot of cardio at first, and George pulled me off around 6-7 weeks out. We just started doing 20 minutes in the morning instead of doing. I was at 30 minutes doing it. 1 in the AM, 1 in the PM. Then we just moved that to 20 in the AM. And probably actually stopped that 2 weeks outside of the show, and I got to tell you, I kept getting more ripped and bigger. So something was working.
Yeah, no, it works. I mean, you look real good. Your conditioning is real tight.
Thank you.
If you had to look at a critical assessment of it, what do you think you need to work on?
No, my legs 100%. I need to bring up the sweep in my quads, and it's genetic. You can look at my father and my brother. Their legs are real skinny.
Yeah.
Their quads are about the size of my forearms at this point.
What are you going to be doing or concentrating on in the off season to bring them up?
I think I'm going to train them twice a week, and then focus on back, chest, and then hitting the legs twice a week, and not so much, focusing on my shoulders and arms, as I believe, they're going to be able to grow with the chest and back, and I really don't need to hit them or focus on them detail-wise till around, pre-contest. I'll still do pump workouts with them maybe once a month, but really I want to get all my nutrients getting sent to my legs. So, just sucking it up.
If we could only direct the nutrients where we want it, right? That would be.
I know, right?
Well, Hilton, you're really just getting started in this game, and you had a really good outing 2 weeks ago at the Metropolitans. Good luck to you in your future, and keep us updated on what's going on.
Thank you so much, David. Thank you for having me.
For now, though, we are out of time. I'm Dave Palumbo with Hilton McAuliffe in the Iron Asylum.